Hello there, hola, and welcome back to Benidorm and Beyond, my original Benidorm channel since 2020. Brought to you by me, an English woman who's lived right here in the resort for well over 20 years, and whose aim is to bring you fun, interesting and informative regular vlogs about your favourite tourist city and the beautiful surrounding areas. So please come along and join me on my adventures and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of my brand new content in the future. Today's video takes you out and about on the full bus ride from the cusp of the Old Town in Benidorm, taking the local bus route number 54, which then runs all the way along to the local NHS hospital in Villajoyosa, passing through CALA de Finestrat and its beautiful beachside bars and bay on the way. The journey could then continue onto the beautiful town of Villajoyosa itself if you chose to stay on the bus, where you can find pristine beaches, a municipal market and many boutiques and shops, along with charming hidden away winding streets and of course its iconic multicoloured houses. Whilst I do hope that none of you actually need to use this bus service to visit the hospital, it is this building that you would be transferred to if you had a serious medical emergency whilst on holiday, with emergency treatment being free on presentation of your EHIC or GHIC health card rather than using your travel insurance, or alternatively maybe you might need to visit a friend or member of the family if this is where they unfortunately end up after an incident on their holes. The bus journey is a great price and a pleasant one with lots to see on the way, and this vlog brings you all the information on this bus and other local buses too, with current prices included, so listen in. We started outside the Spanish restaurant El Mesón beside Benidorm's Centro bus stop, meaning centre, which can be found on Calle Esperanto just on the edge of the Old Town, which is more or less opposite the 4-star Hotel Madeira Centro and at the end of Calle Girona at the Food Street end. Virtually all buses on the network stop at this location, so once you've found it for the first time, you're pretty much sorted. Directly opposite the Madeira Centro Hotel, there is a small bus shelter with a QR code sticker on it, so you can track when the next bus is due to arrive, as well as an LED screen, which mostly works, and which should, in theory, also tell you which buses are due next and how many minutes you have to wait. You can also find a series of bright yellow and blue bench seating along this road, which is ideal should you have a short wait before the bus arrives, and this video takes you on more or less the full journey to the hospital at Villajoyosa, with only the bus stops with people getting on and off removed, so you really get a feel for the trip. After we leave the centre, we travel through the resort, immediately passing the 3-star Hotel Poseidon Resort, and then the 4-star Hotel Sandos Monaco on the left along Calle Lepanto as we go. And then, just after the 1-minute mark, we took a left onto one of the city's main busy thoroughfares into the town, the Avenida de Europa. At the top of this road, we turn left again at the roundabout to then travel along Avenida de Alfonso Pachades, where you can find the private hospital of Clínica Benidorm, as well as just being able to see the 3-star Hotel Prince Park overlooking the Parque de la Guerra below. And then at the 6-minute mark, we sail straight through the green traffic lights and follow the road downhill onto the Avenida del Jaime Primero, which incidentally leads all the way down to the gorgeous Levante beachfront, passing bars, cafes and shops along the way. When we reach the 7-minute mark, halfway down this road, we then take a right to head through the Folletes area, where you can find a large green park with lots of facilities, a sports complex and stadium, and more hotels, and which I vlogged about in December should you wish to look it up. And then heading out of town, we pass lots of smart new modern skyscrapers on the top road, looking down onto CALA as we go. We'll enter the suburb of CALA de Finestrat itself at the 15.5-minute mark, as you will see by the roadside sign, and this is where the Hotel Grand Bali and the magical Tropic Splash Apart Hotel are located, amongst others. We'll then arrive into the bay itself at around the 17.5-minute marker, where you could choose to get off and explore this interesting and well-kept area and its lovely pavement cafes, bars and shops, and of course the beautiful golden sands and Mediterranean Sea, or maybe their small bi-weekly outdoor market, which is held on a Tuesday and Saturday and makes a change from the big sprawling affair in the Rincon de Loix area back in Benidorm. Near to the end of the video, at about the 22-minute mark, we approach a large multicoloured roundabout, signalling we are entering the city limits of Villajoyosa, where this bus service ultimately ends, and then head straight back to Benidorm once more. On the way, we pass the local tanatorio, or crematorium, on the right, as well as a variety of out-of-town businesses and warehouses, and also the large abandoned casino building on the left, which first opened in 1978 but has been closed since March 2010, with the group that own it, Casino Mediterraneo, now having started work on its rejuvenation project, which could also see a hotel built on the site, as well as other leisure facilities. We'll finish at the hospital itself, and from here the bus would carry on to the fabulous coastal town of Villajoyosa, taking only 10 minutes or so more, where there is lots to see and do, and some fabulous seafront restaurants and bars to try. The local buses in Benidorm are all run by the Avantha Group, with much of the fleet being blue, but with other stock currently being added slowly, which has red, green and white livery instead. The route that we're taking today is bus service number 54, which runs every half an hour between the central bus station on the outskirts of town, down the Avenida Europa and into the centre to pick up customers, which is where we got on, and then heads out to its ultimate destination of the coastal town of Villajoyosa, with the full journey taking about 55 minutes tops, depending on traffic, and the journey to the hospital being around 40 minutes or so. This route was added to the Avantha lines just last October and has become very popular very quickly, with information on all the lines easily found on the group's website, which you can find by searching Avantha Bus Benidorm, and by the way, that's spelled AVANZA, with you being able to easily change the language to English on the webpage by clicking the Union Jack flag at the top right-hand corner of your screen, whether you're on a computer, tablet, laptop or mobile phone. Local trips cost just €1.60 when bought at full price, but hang on, I am going to tell you about an even cheaper option in a minute as well, and fares are valid for the whole one-way journey, with no return ticket option available as it would be in the UK. So this makes it even simpler, as there's no need to tell the driver where you're travelling to, just hop on and buy your tickets, simply by stating how many you need, i.e. uno or dos in your best Spanish, or just putting your fingers up to indicate the amount you need, and you are done. When you're ready to get off, just press one of the red stop buttons dotted around the bus, which will activate the LED screen at the front of the vehicle, showing the words Parada Solicitada, which literally just means stop requested. Please be aware, however, that in Spain, unlike back home, you get on at the front of the bus, then exit from the centre of the bus where the folding doors are situated, so don't try and head back out the way you came, or not only will you be causing an obstruction for the travellers trying to get on, but you'll probably get an earful from the driver as well as other local passengers too. So, if you're a frequent visitor to Benidorm or think that you'll take a fair amount of bus trips while here in resort, it may be worth considering buying a bus saver card called the Teta Bus. This is purchased on board from the driver for the small initial outlay of €2, which is a one-off amount with the card having no expiry date on it, and then you can top it up with credit with the driver in the future as needed in multiples of €10 or €20 at a time. Please note this card is sometimes referred to as the Bono card on social media, which is technically incorrect, although I'm sure the driver would still understand you. And also please be aware that you only need to purchase one card per person, couple or group, so don't go buying one each as it isn't necessary, even though it is only just a couple of euros. Once you have your card, from then on you'll be entitled to a discount on every single journey you take, and whilst this used to be as little as 16 cents per trip, which is still a handy saving of course if you're a regular bus user, the Avantha company are currently still offering a huge discount per ticket, which they have been doing so for several months now, with many one-way journeys costing just 70 cents, representing a discount of a whole 90 cents off, which is a fabulous saving all round, I'm sure you will agree. I'd also make some trips a complete no-brainer, even in the case of small journeys, as who wouldn't want to pay just 60 odd pence for a bus ride rather than walk around in the sometimes searing heat of the Spanish sunshine. This offer, which has been extended many times and was indeed due to expire on January the 31st this year, is still running currently as I write this voiceover, albeit with some terms and conditions of the original scheme having changed slightly, with various routes now having reverted to their smaller discount of just 16 cents, making most trips now cost €1.44. So, to use your Teta Bus card, every time you get on the bus, simply hand your card to the driver, who will tap it against his automated machine to record your journey. Sometimes the driver will indicate for you to do this yourself, but don't worry, it's really no more difficult than tapping the card against the machine at about shoulder height, and then you're good to go. Always take your ticket from the machine with you as proof of purchase, and remember this must be carried with you until the end of your journey, so don't be tempted to put it in the bin the minute you get on, as ticket inspectors do sometimes get on the bus and ask to have a look. The ticket also shows you the price you've paid for the trip, as well as stating how much remaining credit you have left, so you know when you need to top it up again or are running low, and it's really as straightforward as that. The card can be used for all local journeys, as these are intercity lines, or líneas interurbanas as they call them here in Spain, which could be simply up and down the long stretch of the Avenida del Mediterraneo to save you a bit of walking, or from one side of town to the other, or maybe even further afield to other transport hubs such as the Central Bus Depot or the tram station. You can also venture out to the La Marina shopping centre and other retail outlets out of town, or even as far as the neighbouring villages of Alfaz del Pi, Albir and Altea, so why not check out the routes available online and have a great day out sightseeing or just a change of scene for next to no money at all. You can also travel to the beautiful mountain village of Guadalest using your card, or the waterfalls at Algar in high season, but these journeys, being longer and out into the countryside, are understandably a little more expensive. However, you'll still receive a discount on them, which again is quite a significant saving at the moment, so why shell out for a coach trip along with 50 other people when you can buy a card, hop on the bus and do it yourself. All the Avantha buses are perfectly comfortable, regular and obviously extremely well priced, although I do find that some of the new fleet have less room to manoeuvre in the passageway and less space in the centre of the bus for those carrying shopping or with walkers or prams, etc. Some of the buses have USB charging points, so you can charge your electronic devices on the go for free and maybe even offer Wi-Fi, although this service can be a bit on the erratic side. Probably the most popular of all the bus routes for holiday makers are the number 2, which runs all the way from outside the casino in the Rincon de Loix, but which currently has infrastructure works going on at the moment outside it, so you'll just need to walk up to the next bus stop outside the Holidays accessory shop, and which then runs through the centre of town, the Old Town and finally out to the La Marina shopping complex, along with the number 10, which plies back and forth from the centre of Benidorm through the Rincon and then out to the neighbouring towns of Alfaz del Pi, Albir and Altea respectively, passing other local landmarks along the way, such as Benidorm Palace, some of the resort's most popular campsites, and the out-of-town antiques and flea market El Cisne, which is held every Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. The number 1 bus is also quite well used by tourists, as it takes you all the way from the area where the theme park Mundamar and Aqualandia are situated at the upper end of the Rincon de Loix, and then along through town and up to the tram station, but this is one of those that is now not included on the extra discounted scheme, meaning you'd pay $1.44 per journey, which still gives you a small discount of 16 cents compared to a regular fare without the card. And I have to say, contrasting it against some of the bus fares that I have paid on recent trips back to the UK, it's still very reasonable and hardly a rip-off at that price. I'll now let you sit back and watch the rest of the journey in peace, and I hope that this vlog has helped out some of you who may be interested in how to catch the local buses and want to know some of the costs and procedure involved, along with pointing out some sites and landmarks along the way. If you have enjoyed watching and listening with me today, then please consider becoming a subscriber, as well as checking out some of my many other vlogs, which include detailed street and beachfront walks, reviews on lots of Benidorm's most popular hotels, bars and new businesses, with a fly-on-the-wall look inside, as well as tons of local info, news bulletins and updates. I'll see you out and about next time, and thanks so much for watching as always. Every view and comment counts and is much appreciated. Bye for now, hasta luego, and catch you again soon. Cheers!